Hello guys, I'm Dheeraj, an HR professional, and you're watching HR by Dheeraj. The HR Pulse monthly edition is regarding the HR news related to the entire month, and in this case, we are looking for the January month. I have tried to cover some of the major news of the month, and in case if I have missed some, you can comment down. So let's start with the first one, which is the labor code impact. And as we all know, that labor codes were implemented from 21st of November 2025, and companies are trying to add this labor code impact in their quarterly results, and also they have started releasing their Q3 results from January 2026. So the India's six largest IT companies, TCS, Infosys, HCL, etc., have shown the impact of this labor code in their quarterly results, and the sum was around 5,400 crores cumulative of these six companies, and the highest and the biggest impact was with the TCS of around 2,100 or crores, and Infosys around 1,300 crores. And the major impact was because of a change in the gratuity and leave encashment calculations, and the companies are also expecting to shave around 0.1 to 0.15% of their margins going forward in the quarter 4 also. The second news is of Amazon announcing the layoffs, and they have announced that there would be around 16,000 employees that would be getting laid off, which is following the previous cut of 14,000 jobs already in October 2025. And in India, it is expected that around 500 to 800 employees will be laid off, and there would be across the globe. And the major affected departments include tech, HR, and operations, especially with Amazon Web Series and e-commerce. And by doing this, actually, Amazon aims to streamline their operations and focus more on AI and increase the efficiency. The third news is of Wipro joining delays. So Wipro has delayed onboarding of around 200 freshers, and there was also a complaint filed by IT's employee union NITES with the Labor Ministry calling the delay unfair. Many candidates have actually reported that their compensation details, joining confirmations, and onboarding emails were sent to them, but the starting dates were not mentioned in those emails. And this has actually come from Wipro that they were actually targeting to hire 10,000 freshers for this fiscal, and they have reduced it to around 1,700 to 8,000. The next news is of LTI Mindtree is seeing to hike their wages, and they are trying to roll out their wage hikes in the Q4 FY26, which is January March 26, and they are trying to cover 50% of employees in their first phase. So they are trying to hike their wages in two phases, Q4 FY26 and Q1 FY27, and they are expecting a 1% margin impact in each of the quarters. And by doing this, they are trying to push the retention of their employees and also increase their morale. The next news is of NVIDIA's AI avatars. So there's a company called Synthesia, which is backed by NVIDIA, and they are developing AI avatars to handle recruitment interviews and corporate trainings. And these avatars are acting as digital humans, and they are capable of real-time conversations instead of scripted videos. The company has actually raised $200 million funding for developing this AI avatars project, and there are also some of the enterprises who are actually using this technology, and the companies include are Microsoft, UBS, and Ford. The next major news is of Vedanta's granting ESOPs to its employees, and they have distributed around 2,500 crores over the last 5 years, and their last transaction was around 500 plus crores, and this included also 200 plus first-time recipients of these ESOPs, and the shares were allotted at just rupee 1, and this is the lowest among the India's ESOP structures. And in the last 5 years of allotting 2,500 crores, the Vedanta has nearly now covered 40% of their workforce with their ESOPs. And this also included the fresh graduates eligible for allocation of ESOPs, which was around 30% of their fixed pay and over a 3-year vesting period. The next major news is of bank union strike. So there was a strike by the bank unions, especially the public sector banks, on 27th of January 2026, demanding a 5-day work week. So they have demanded a 5-day work week with the Chief Labor Commissioner, which was failed, and ultimately UFBU, the United Forum of Bank Unions, have called a strike on January 27, and the banking services were disrupted nationwide because of this strike. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.